These castles have inspired legends like Dracula and Robin Hood. But what stories really lurk behind their walls? Find out in Mysteries at the Castle.
You may own a resort, but that doesn't mean you know how to run a resort.
When holiday accommodation goes from 4-star...
What was your last name again?
...to falling star.
I'm not waiting on that table up there. I'm not doing it.
Hotel expert Shane Green will save it.
Let's go. Holy moly. We have to set some rules. The bottom line is, based on what we've found, there has to be some changes.
Resort Rescue on Travel Channel.
The whiff of leather and an Oompa band may capture Bavaria, but here are some fascinating facts you may not know about Munich. This city is the third largest beer producer in the world, brewing over 40 million litres a year, almost 7 million of which are drunk at the annual Oktoberfest, when over 6 million people squeeze into the city. The old town streets were pedestrianised for the 1972 Olympics, and they've stayed that way ever since. Did you know the BMW logo reflects the company's history as an aircraft producer? It represents a propeller combined with the blue and white of the Bavarian flag. And up in the mountains is the stunning Neuschwanstein Castle. And if it seems familiar, that's not only because it appears in the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but also because it inspired Walt Disney's fairy tale castles.
I'm Camilla Anderson, and today I've come to New Zealand's largest city.
This is my hometown, Auckland. It's not normally this windy, and I hope it calms down because I'm about to jump off that.
The Sky Tower dominates the Auckland city skyline. At 328 metres high, it's the tallest man-made structure in New Zealand.
And in keeping with the Kiwi tradition of jumping off tall structures, the Sky Tower offers the sky jump.
And that's what I'm about to do right now. But first, I take the lift 192 metres up from street level, put on a silly jumpsuit, and then wonder what the hell I'm doing.
This is very anti my personality, but it's good to do things like this. Completely nervous, but there's got to be no time for any second guessing. I've just got to go for it.
My guide Jessica tries to put me at ease by explaining some of the safety instructions.
3, 2, 1, you're going to let go and step off for me.
3, 2, 1, step off. You've checked everything, triple checked it.
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
There's even a little something to remember me by.
The street's clear. Now you're going to bring your feet right.
Then, the moment I've been dreading.
3, 2, 1, go!
I can't believe I just did that. It's a leap of faith. Maybe I can call myself a real New Zealander now I've done one of these ridiculous high adrenaline jumpy things.
I'm Rob Bell, and I'm passionate about finding out how stuff works. From major landmarks to motor transport, just what are the behind-the-scenes secrets that keep us entertained and keep us on the move? Well, I'm on a mission to find out. I'm heading to one of London's most recent landmarks. Built for the millennium, this superstructure has already been completely remodelled into one of the capital's hippest venues. Coldplay, Beyoncé, the ATP tennis, and some of the Olympic Games have all been headliners at the O2. And it doesn't stop there. 2012 saw the addition of a new attraction at the O2, and it's not one for those lacking a strong head for heights.
Brilliant.
Well, it's branded as Up at the O2, and like the Harbour Bridge in Sydney, it's a chance to kit up in some safety gear and climb up onto the roof. for one of London's newest and strangest views. My guide today is architecture enthusiast Claudia, who is showing me the ropes and taking me to the top. Oh, it's actually quite bouncy.
Yes, it's very bouncy.
It's like kind of like a trampoline. Oh, it's quite steep.
Yeah, it's 28 degrees steep on this side.
After a bit of a bouncy climb, we finally see some spectacular engineering up close. So here we are, Claudia, on top of the O2 Arena. How high up are we here?
We are 52 metres high. So when the building was first designed, it was made to fit in with the Greenwich Meridian time.
Okay.
So the building was designed to be 52 metres tall to represent the number of weeks in the year. It's got 12 masts to represent the months, and then it's 365 metres in diameter to represent the number of days in the year.
So what is the material that the roof's made of?
The roof is made of PTFE, which is a type of plastic, and it's 1 millimetre thick.
Just 1 millimetre?
Yeah.
Across the whole of the roof?
Yeah.
And that's strong enough to kind of withstand the wind and the rain and everything coming down, as well as, I guess, the tension of the cables that are holding it?
Yeah, it's incredibly strong.
And so what about the walkways themselves? What's that made of?
Yeah, the walkway itself is made of the same material. Again, it's 1 millimetre thick, but instead of being one flat sheet, it's actually all woven in together to give it a bit of a more trampoline-like texture. OK, yeah, it was a bit bouncy on the way, but if we were to try and do that on the roof, you wouldn't get that bounciness? Not the same bounciness, no. So the arena was built as a temporary structure for the millennium, yet here we are over a decade later, kind of standing on the top of it. Should I be worried about that? No, not at all. I mean, initially they wanted it as a temporary structure to just last for the full year, but the plastic itself can last up to 50 years, and the walkway as well, so it should, in theory, be here for another 40 years. So essentially I could come back another 40 years and still be able to come up here and see the same things. Although today the views aren't the best because of the weather. Maybe in 40 years it will be better. But to be honest, personally, I'm happy. I'm getting to see up close and personal the engineering behind this really quite fascinating building. Allah. Ninja style.
If you got a renovation problem, Vanilla Ice will solve it. Home improvements DIY, he knows how to resolve it. True legit to quit essentials in his toolkit. Cause when it looks so swank,
it's money in the bank.
Knocking, welding, drilling, swinging, baby, he's not faking.
This is gonna be a massive undertaking.
Doing this for years, you know that he won't ever stop.
Now it's time for the cherry on top.
Yeah!
I just do what I do. I don't know what I do. I just do what I do.
Oh, man. Catch a show because Vanilla's got the builder's flow.
Rag top down so our hair could blow.
Vanilla Ice Project on Travel Channel.
We separate fact from fiction now in Mysteries at the Castle.
A seductive pirate charms a soldier out of his stronghold. A young patriot's daring plan turns the tides of a war. And a king's escape goes horribly wrong. But first, one man's desire for absolute knowledge leads him into a pact with the devil. This is the castle where dreams turn into nightmares. Nestled in the tranquil fields of the southern Netherlands is the village of Waardenburg. Here, an ominous citadel stands out amongst the scenery. Waardenburg Castle.
Waardenburg